Hey everyone. So I just wanted to pop on and quickly show you how I do the single crochet border on my blankets and also how I do my picot stitches. So first of all, most of my blankets so far have been the seamless sunburst granny squares, and the majority of them have been, well, all of them have been in gray as the main background color. So for this tutorial, I used this color Tranquil, it's called, by We Crochet Brava, just to show you where my stitches are. But normally I would be using gray or whatever the background color or the main color of my blanket is. So I always just attach my yarn in the top left-hand corner, and I always use this first stitch here to attach to, and then I go all the way along my blanket, crocheting into every stitch along the top. But when I get to the spaces in between my cluster stitches or my granny stitches, I chain in between those. So I don't go into the top of the stitch in that one. In that case, I go down into the gap, into the space, and crochet into the space. Okay, you can see it here. So it shows up really well in the color Tranquil, but when you're using the same color as the rest of your blanket in the gray, in this case it would have been, it's invisible, and it makes a really clean, really lovely border along your blanket. In the corners, my corners are always a chain 3, so when I work my single crochets, I work 3 single crochets into that space. And don't forget this hidden one in here. Okay, there's always that hidden one that a lot of people forget or don't even know about. And if your corners are turning in on you like that, it's probably because you're forgetting that space. So don't forget this first crochet stitch has one that you need to work into, okay? But really what I wanted to show you was my picot stitches. So I've worked along this granny square here. We're going to pretend that it's a giant blanket. And I do my picot stitches a little bit differently than everyone else. Surprise, surprise. So I like mine to be a little bit bigger because I'm always working like baby blankets and Afghans. I like them to be a little bit bigger, a little more substantial. I don't know, I think it just seems more proportional to the rest of the blanket. So here it goes. You're going to attach your yarn anywhere, okay, using any method you please, and we're going to do 5 single crochets into each stitch. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I am going to work not into the back, like a lot of people will work into the back post or into your first chain. I work into the actual base of that single crochet. Okay, so I work into the front loop and I go right through the middle of it. You see that? And I work a slip stitch. And I will try to get my stitch through. Yes, I got it through. Normally it's so tight I have to do it with my fingers. Okay, and then I just continue on. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. All right, and then chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to work into the base of the single crochet, and I'm going to jam my hook right into the middle of it. So if you look at it this way, all right into the middle. See that? And slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert your hook and slip stitch. Oh, see, I'm not going to get that one through. So if you're a tight crocheter like me, I always just pinch this second loop, or the first loop, I guess it is, and bring it over. There's no shame in that game. 2, 3, 4. Oops, missing one. 5. Chain 4. And let's see, will she get it through? Oh, yes. And I'm also not someone who is particular about where the picot ends up on the corners. Like if it's not exactly on the corner stitch, I don't care. I'm very particular about some things and other things not so much. So see this one almost worked out. That one almost worked out, but nope, I just follow it around 5. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Move on, life's too short. So here at the beginning round, so I don't have enough. Again, I don't care. I just go 1, 2, 3, looks good to me. Put a 4th one in here. I'm gonna chain 4 and work my picot. As long as it looks somewhat evenly spaced, like if there's, you know, you can make this work. Oh my goodness, get in there. There we go. Into there, and then slip stitch to finish. If we can get my hook through. There we go. All right. Cut that off. And so I would weave that in. So there you have it, my picot stitches. All right, they end up being a little bit bigger, a little rounder, and a little more substantial for blankets. There you have it. Hope you enjoyed.